Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Travis back again here at Big Boy Toy Reviews. And today we are taking a look at a model kit. This is the 1/12 scale Hell Knight Seal from Border Models. Now, first off, before I even get started on the review, if the audio doesn't sound as good as it usually does, it's because I am recording on a new phone. So I went out and got the iPhone 17 Pro Max on Friday the 19th. Today is the 20th when I am recording this. And the mic that I used to have, I was recording on my iPhone 13, and the iPhone mic that I was using is only compatible with Lightning, or excuse me, is it Lightning? The Thunder ports, the Lightning port or the Thunder port, or whatever the old iPhones used to have. And so this one is USB-C, and that one didn't come with an adapter to transfer over to USB-C, so I had to get a new mic. No, I thought that if I go on Amazon and get an adapter that does Lightning to USB-C, like so, that it would work. But this setup does not work. This is the mic receiver. This is the receiver that you plug into the phone. And so that don't work. It doesn't work. So I don't have my good mic right now. I did order a new, even better mic than this one, but I'm waiting for that mic to come in. So we'll see. If the audio is too bad, then I'll go back to my iPhone 13 for recordings until I get the other mic for my new phone. But I am hoping that the video quality is a lot better. I'm literally going from an iPhone 13 to an iPhone 17. The cameras in the iPhones have drastically improved since the 13. So hopefully this video is better. So maybe that will balance out the bad audio. If the audio is bad, maybe the picture is that much better that it can compensate for the poor audio. So we'll see. Hopefully the audio isn't that bad. Again, this is a new phone. The audio might be a lot better on this new phone. So anyway, yeah, this is a model kit. So this is another episode of Just Kitten. And this is the Hell Knight Seal and her horse. So I went on ahead and just put them both here because obviously the horse isn't an accessory. It's a whole other figure. So let's go ahead and just take the horse off to the side for right now. There's a reason why I'm trying to be real gentle with it, because it has a couple of features on it that will go off if I move him around too much. So anyway, so we have Hell Knight Seal here now. Actually, let me switch her cape up really quick. All right, so I just did the cape up a little bit for it to fit like I guess it's supposed to. I don't know what is going on with this cape. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right or not. Yeah, I'm just not quite sure what this cape is supposed to look like. Okay, so I slightly adjusted her cape again because I thought that looked terrible, but they don't really give you a good way of putting this cape on, or at least the directions don't tell you a good way to put this cape on, because it would seem like you would need to put the neck through this hole, because the hole is just way too symmetrical for it to be like a tear like one of these. But it looks terrible like that. Like you saw it earlier, it doesn't look good. And so I just put it on like this because I just think it looks way better. Yeah, this bow is way too big because I don't really know how I'm supposed to tie this. But I don't know. I think she looks really good like this. And the cape does have bendy wire in it. You can kind of move it around. I'm not doing articulation right now, but you know, you can move it if you need to. It doesn't really sit on her that great, but like I said, you can adjust it and make it look quite a bit better if you need to. Other than that, you can see that head sculpt. You can get a closer look on that head. So her eyes are a little hollow right now, and I will show you the reason why. But I will say this kit is mostly painted for the most part, especially the dark blue areas and the silver, all very, very nicely painted. You can see I actually split her boobs on accident, trying to take some pieces off, and I was a little too rough and split her boobs. So that's unfortunate, but you can easily tell which pieces have been painted and which pieces have not. And yeah, this dark blue and this silver looks so good. They did such a good job at painting all of that intricate detail here on the back of the calves and everything too. Even the boots are painted. Now you will see something really odd with mine. She has a wrist peg from a different model kit that is actually a little too big, because the other wrist peg was missing a piece. Like, it was not in the box, it just wasn't there. So I couldn't build this wrist peg, so I had to find another way to get this hand on. I could have made her just handless, I guess, or not handless, but she would just have one hand. That wouldn't be too bad with the motif, but she does need two hands in order to hold some of her accessories and ride the horse. So you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But yeah, coming to the skull paint. Now, obviously, the parts that aren't painted can definitely use some panel lining and some shading, like these skulls. Take a look at the back, and you can see more of that silver, nicely painted silver right there. The painted like light blue, kind of metallic blue on the back also. But yeah, man, she looks really, really cool, and she could look even more cool if you... It wouldn't be a big boy tour review if I didn't knock the camera over. I just knocked the camera over. So anyway, like I was saying before, it would look a lot better if you did some panel lining on the pieces that would need it, like the skulls, the forearm armor here, even this kind of light blue armor. Any armor that wasn't painted would probably look really good with some panel lining. So anyway, zooming out a little bit there, but yeah, here the skulls on her knees also could use it. Now this cape, it's not great. The material isn't all that. It'll work, but I don't know how long this material will actually last over the years, but it is functional for the most part. We'll get to it more in the articulation, but yeah, for a model kit, I think she looks pretty freaking... Yeah. So I almost knocked the camera over again, so I had to make some adjustments, and I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I was zooming out. So anyway, yeah, zooming out. Also, don't let me forget, I'll probably a little earlier in the video, I'll put the box over here for like some little mini B-roll. I'll put either I'll put it in the beginning of the video, or I'll put it right here where I'm actually talking about it. But I'll put the video of the box up there in the corner so you can see what the box looks like, because it's absolutely huge, and I didn't want to have to deal with that during the video. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the horse. We spent enough time on her and trying to gently bring the horse in here. Oh, well, there you go. You can't get past that. So yes, the horse has sounds, and there is a speaker here at the bottom, and every time you move it, it will just start talking. There's no way to stop it. You just have to let it go through its cycle, and it will stop. But even if you nudge it a little bit, it will come on, and it's super annoying. I wish there was some way to just trigger that and turn it off and on when you want it, but I have not found a way to do that, and this piece likes to fall off a lot. Ideally, I should probably glue it, Let's try to get this on. Yeah, so this it'll just keep going off. It's gonna go off the entire video. So as long as I'm moving it around, it is going to keep making noises. But this horse also has a ton of painted detail, just like the armor on the figure. But it has a lot more plasticky parts too. So this pops off pretty easily. We'll actually keep those off for right now, and I'll show you what those are later, but because they'll keep falling off during the review. But yeah, this is a very pokey kit. Like every single point here is sharp, and they will poke the shit out of you. Trust me, I am speaking from experience, especially putting this damn thing together. But yeah, the horse looks really, really cool. It looks really, really cool. Yeah. They got another piece that fell off. Yeah, it says you don't need glue for it, but I would recommend using glue because handling this thing will be a much better life for you if you decide to glue pieces in, because these pieces, as you can see, they easily fall out. Way too easily fall out. So after this review, I'm probably gonna start super gluing some stuff. Another issue I have is this knee. This knee is constantly splitting. It is constantly splitting on me, and I don't know why. Like, it is on there. It is in there, but it stays split. So that's another piece that I might have to end up taking this apart and super gluing this leg together, because that is super annoying. As you can see, the sounds are stuttering and everything. I don't know what is going on with that. Maybe the batteries are dying. Hopefully the batteries are dying, so I don't have to deal with hearing that over and over again. There is a peg that came out. I'll show you how that works later, because there are some accessories that can fill in these spots when you're not using the shield on the horse. But that's strictly for just the holding the shield on the horse. But yeah, let's try to go ahead and get some close-up detail here on that noggin. He does have the skull horse head, and I know that noise is probably annoying you as much as it is annoying me. Trust me, I don't know why it stutters like that. More of the paint detail there, even on like this, what's supposed to simulate, like, I guess, a piece of cloth or a blanket or something, is also painted. Yeah, this horse is really, really dope. It just won't shut the fuck up. But anyway, let's go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories, the person action figure, because basically all the accessories are already on this thing. This is real chain, and there is a magnet here, and I'll show you why they gave you this magnet, but it's so tiny. Like, what are you supposed to do with this? I have no use for this. I literally have no use for this. I know what they want you to use it for, but it's so tiny, it's kind of worthless. So I'm sure it works, but I'll use something else to activate that gimmick. So anyway, let's shut this horse the fuck up and take a look at the accessories. All right, so here are all the accessories that you get with the character. She does have a bow that is articulated. These pieces can go in and out in order to make the bow tighter if you need to. It did come with this little bitty tiny ass string. I do recommend that if you manage to get this around these parts, to go ahead and dob a little bit of super glue on there to make sure that those don't come untied. I probably put a little too much on this one, so that doesn't look great there, but it is what it is. She comes with her sword. Why do things look really blurry to me here? Yeah, I don't know. I think that looks a little bit better. Yeah. So yeah, you do have to put her sword together. This is also painted nicely. So like that. She comes with a quiver and arrows for the bow. These are the filler pieces for the horse. I'll show you that later. Another hair piece. Several hands for punchies and grabbies and smackies and pointies. Then she gets 2 other faces, and they're fine. They're fine. I'm never gonna use any of these. Like, I have no reason to ever use this face, but it's a good looking face. I'm never gonna use it. Same way with this one. This is also a very good looking face. You're pointing at yourself. 2 good looking faces, but what's weird is, if I take these out, you get a water decal sheet with eyes, different eyes and everything, tattoos and all that stuff, but they don't give you a blank face. They don't give you another blank face to put any of these stickers on. So I'm wondering if they're expecting you to like remove the tampo on these or one of these and get a blank and get a not a blank, yeah, and get a blank face. These bangs do come out. I did at one point super glue the hair to her head before I knew that it needed to be able to be removed. So that's my bad. And actually, we can go ahead and I'll get these out the way and we can take a look at the shields, because the shields are really cool. They are nicely painted. They are identical. So you don't, yeah, they're identical. But panel lining for that skull would really, really help these shields out for sure. But you can see the handles there on the back and everything. But yeah, these shields look really cool. They're not really accessories, but they kind of are. So I'll show these in the accessories. But I like the gold crowns and stuff. I would recommend super gluing these horns in there, because they do tend to like to try to fall out. As you can see, they are super pointy and super pokey and super sharp at the tip, so be careful when you're putting these together. But there are the shields. All right, so moving on to articulation. So with the cape on, she can look up that far, down that far. She can not really get all the way parallel because of the shoulder armor that she has here. So you can get as much as you can, but that's about all you're gonna get there. Her hand just fell out. My ring light just broke, so unfortunately her face isn't that great right now. It's all dark. The ring light just broke when I was messing around with it just now. But anyway, see, we'll zoom in a little bit more there. So yeah, this is as far up as she can go with the shoulder. Obviously she can go all 360. Same way with the head. You can spin the head all the way around. And she does, I forgot to mention the side to side. She does get a little side to side. Bicep swivel is here at close to the shoulder there. It's the bicep swivel. You do get a swivel down here as well, just because it's a model kit. Ball hinge wrists. Jesus. Back that far, forward that far on that diaphragm joint. She does get a bit of a waist twist, but you're gonna get most of the twisting here at the diaphragm. Side to side is pretty decent on this chick, not too bad. I have to be really careful not to poke myself while doing this articulation. As far as kicking forward, it does veer off to the side quite a bit because of the armor that she has. As far as doing the splits, she can do it for the most part. Not great splits by any means. She's not like a Spider-Man figure or anything like that. That armor will get in the way. I showed you kicking forward. She can kick back quite a bit. There is a swivel here above the knee, and I think there's a swivel here at the hip as well. No drop down hips or anything like that. double jointed knee that likes to fall off, and let's fix that. Be right back. All right, we got that leg back on. So let's see, is it a double hinge knee? I thought it was, but maybe it's not. Maybe it is not. So let's see. Could swear this was, yeah, it is double. There we go. Just a little stiff. Super long, super duper long super long shins right there. So anyway, I am tripping. So that's where your thigh swivel is. The ankles go up that far, down that far, and you do get an ankle rocker if you need one. So the articulation on this chick isn't horrible. It's not great, but it isn't horrible either. So yeah, you just gotta try to work your way around all the pokey bits that will stab the shit out of you while you're trying to manhandle this thing. So be careful with that. But other than that, she's a pretty solid figure. The horse is going to make a bunch of noises. His articulation, he can turn his tail. He does have legs in the rear that can go forward that far, not really back at all, not too much back there. As far as the front feet, they can go back a little bit like so. This freaking thing is loose again. Forward, not really. And then as far as the head is concerned, it can open its mouth. It can look up, but not really at all. Look down, not really. It's not really a lot going on with that head. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the articulation for both figures here. So anyway, let's go ahead and do some comparisons. And so actually, before I actually get on to comparisons, let's go ahead and show off the two gimmicks that these two come with. So they come with light up eyes. You have to get the batteries for them and stuff, but all you gotta do is take a magnet. I'm taking one of the Heat Boy Ninja Turtle magnets, pizza slice magnets, and all you gotta do is tap it, and you can see it turns on the eyes of the horse. You can turn these lights off really quick, and you can see that a lot better. So it turns on the horse eyes, and then as well as her eyes. So the eyes light up quite brightly. So that's really, really cool. I wish they had other functions other than just on and off. I wish they would like pulsate, but they don't, unfortunately. So, but yeah, the eyes are really cool on these two figures. Just wanted to point that out really quick. Now on to comparisons. All right, and here she is next to the Macross Delta VB-6 Conic Monster right here. And she, she looks fine. I don't think these would ever be in the same universes, but yeah, she looks fine. The other model kits are so big, I can't fit them all into this, fit them all on the screen. So we'll kind of have to do them kind of one, maybe two at a time if I can find some smaller ones. But yep, that's what they look like together. And here she is next to the Gluttony and Anubis model kit action figures. And yeah, these two could possibly operate in the same thing. Like, she could be like Death, obviously that'd be Life, and they both light up, so that's cool. If you watch my videos, you've seen this already, so yeah, but they both light up, so that's also cool. But that's what she looks like with these two. Here she is next to the Mechagodzilla model kit and the Big O model kit. Definitely different universes here, but model kits nonetheless. Here she is next to some other model kit. I think this is like Ninja Cat or something. Never did a review on this one. It's quite dusty now at this point. I thought, yeah, it says Cat 01. Cat 01 here. It's like a ninja cat or something. Whatever. it's a cool little model kit though. I will say that it was a cool model kit to put together. It does have some fiddly bits to it, but for the most part, this was a pretty fun model kit to put together. Let's deal with that later. And then we got Mega Man Zero or something. I don't remember. I don't know what these are. Mega Man Network, but I don't know what cartoon this was. And I don't really know why. I was collecting a lot of Mega Man figures back in the day, like Mega Man X. And so I probably wanted to try to do it again, but nah, I'm not gonna do it again. But yeah, there's those model kits. All right, and finally, let's, do I want to do this? Nope. All right, that looks better, even though it's more off to the side. Anyway, finally, we have all the model kit girlies that I have put together in the last probably 2+ years, I suppose. But yeah, she is amongst good company. I had to take her wings off of her legs and put her wings up because they were gonna take up too much space. But anyway, that is it for comparisons. All right, so to wrap things up, yeah, I like it. I already told you what my favorite model kit was. It's the Gluttony and Anubis model kit. This definitely ranks somewhere in the middle. Yeah, I like the light up features. I just hate the pokiness of it. I also hate the fact that it didn't come with a full wrist peg, so I had to compromise on that. So that was another issue. I love the fact that it came with a bunch of painted armor. I didn't have to worry about painting or anything like that. The hands that are supposed to be the hands that hold stuff kind of suck. Maybe I'm just not using the right hands. Maybe this is the hand I should be using because it looks like it might grip a little bit better, but not really. So I don't know. The hands don't really grip the sword that great either. Now that's not actually what I did. Stick the sword through here. So maybe that's to hold the sword. So maybe the cape is on correctly and this is supposed to hold the sword. Maybe. I think it looks cool that way though. But other than that, I do like the kit. It's a fairly easy kit to put together. It probably took me somewhere around 8 hours total to put this together. So that's not too bad. It does, you don't have to glue anything, but I definitely recommend gluing things. You know, glue these pieces down here for the horse, the back armor pieces. I glued these a while back when I first put up because these kept falling off. I would suggest gluing the horns and stuff together. Also, I would suggest doing some panel lining. I didn't do any, but it would go a long way on this kit to do some panel lining. It would look really, really good. Maybe if I have more time, I'll do that. As you can see, this hand keeps coming off because that wrist peg doesn't quite fit that hand, unfortunately. But other than that, I think it's a good kit. If it's still available, I mean, I recommend people snatch it up. If you do have it and haven't put it together yet, I suggest putting it together. And if you do, tell me if you can figure out how to get this to stop going off all the time. Like, it's not doing anything right now, but as soon as I pick it up, it's gonna start laughing and making noises and shit. So, but yeah, anyway, that is it for the review. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.